Being a buyer's agent in today's market can be really tough. My name's Monie Wilder. I'm one of the most successful buyer's agents in the Phoenix market and have been for the past 5 years. And I wanted to share a little story and a little strategy to help you get your buyers moving. Because let's be honest, in today's market, with the way interest rates are and with the way that people are talking about the market, it can cause buyers to put their brakes on. And this isn't necessarily for their own good. So when you have a buyer, obviously the first step that you're going to take with them is getting them pre-qualified to buy your home, right? You got to make sure that they're qualified. But what happens when they have that qualification discussion with the lender is they start seeing what their max payment is and what that sales price, the corresponding sales price is for that. And that can really freak people out. The thing that buyers don't necessarily know, though, and this is where your role is very important in educating them, is that just because a max price is not what they had considered for what they wanted, so they're not seeing like great options, it doesn't mean that there are not some sellers out there that absolutely must sell who will not help them with stuff like a 2-1 buy down, just a total buy down of their rate, which will lower their monthly payment, increase their buying power, and get them into a house that they really would love. So the challenge for you as an agent is getting your buyer moving. Don't let your buyer shut down right at pre-qual. So if they pre-qual and they see these numbers and it's like, I don't want to have a house payment that high for a sales price that low, you need to be able to walk your buyer out of that thought by saying, listen, we're not going to know what your payment's going to be until we get out there and start making offers. And there are sellers out there who have a ton of equity, which is absolutely true in the Phoenix market, who need to sell. And they can use that equity to help you out on your payment. So don't shut down. Let's get out there. Let's look at some houses with some days on market. Let's look at some houses that are back on market. Let's look at some houses that have been maybe taken off market and then put back on market this year. Those are indicators of motivated sellers, and they might consider a great deal. And you don't know what kind of deal you're going to get unless you ask. It's one thing that you have to help your buyers understand is that them standing on the sidelines and scrolling through Zillow, scrolling through Redfin, and just deciding, well, I can't afford that. A sales price is not, a list price is not the sales price. They have to understand that that is the price that the home's being marketed at. It doesn't mean that's the lowest or best that a seller is willing to do. I'll give you an example here in Phoenix. I just put together a deal for a buyer who, was looking for a house with a certain payment. And we ended up finding a house that was $100,000, more than $100,000 more over the sales price they said that they wanted. But because we were able to utilize maximum seller concessions, plus the house is considerably better, we were able to chop that payment down as much as possible, but also to deliver them a house that was in way better condition, way better location, exactly what they wanted, for a few $100s more a month. And for them now it's worth it and they're excited about it. But at the face of it, this house was actually absolutely not an option, not even close to an option. So this is why it's important for you as an agent to take control and command and understand that your buyer needs to know that there are people out there who must move and who will make them a deal and get that house payment as low as possible with them and for them, because at the end of the day, it's a win-win for the seller to get their properties sold and they still got plenty of equity, and your buyer gets a house that they really like. So I hope that you hear this message and can kind of refocus your thoughts as a realtor to understand how you can help your buyer see beyond their sticker shock of that initial pre-qual number.